What up, collective? What's happening? Welcome back, Born Shining. I'm Born Shining. You're Born Shining. We're all Born Shining. I'm getting some tarot messages out today for the collective. Just feeling a little inspired. So, ancestors, the highest by light, spirit which moves through all things, Ra, star family, star brothers and sisters, Pachamama. Please guide these cards and bring in protective energy and Archangel Michael, all the archangels, our ancestors, spirit guides, and spirit animals come and guide these cards. Let's get some good, helpful information to somebody in the collective today. So, what does the collective need to know today? All right, so this is a timeless read, entertainment purposes only. Yeah, this is where I wanted to start today. So, we'll do 3 cards. We'll do current energy, incoming energy, current energy, incoming energy. What's the advice? We'll pull some clarifiers and just kind of freestyle from there. So current energy, boom, we got the Knight of Swords. So there's some kind of action. It says decisive, focused, driven, defensive events that move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. Sudden or unexpected changes. Review your options carefully. Oh shit, here we go. We got the page of air. So that's the Knight of Air. Sorry, Knight of Air in the Radley Valentine Angel Wisdom Tarot. It's the Knight of Air. All right, and then popped out the Page of Swords, the Sun, and the Moon. Maybe I kind of want to leave those here. We'll leave those there. All right. So what's the incoming energy? So current energy is you're moving. All right. Interesting. It's like the last read that I did, but instead of just kind of trotting back into town, the 6 of Wands, here you are, charging. I mean, look at that horse. He's going. It's like, let's get it. And he's riding a unicorn too, so, he's about to pop off on some shit. Then we got this Page of Swords, Sun, the Moon on the incoming energy card. What do we got for the incoming energy? So you've been using your logic, and you're ready to go. You're charging in, and look, there's a bird, right over the unicorn, the horn there. A redbird cardinal, perhaps. So you're definitely using your brain, you're using your logic, but there's like a spiritual component, like you're being led. You're being led by your ancestors, your higher self, your intuition. You're being led towards something. Whoa, you're at a quick clip. All right, so let's go ahead and try that again. And then in this incoming energy, there's something hidden that's being illuminated by this page of air. Logical, perceptive, insightful, blunt, and exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. So looks like maybe this information or something that you've come across has brought some kind of illumination to something that's hidden. So let's see what's in the incoming energy here. Let's see what's in the incoming energy. Incoming energy is, oh shit, look who it is. It's the old Page of Cups. I'm starting to think that something's going on here. These readings are related. Yeah, Page of Cups. Putting in that work. Ready, wants to put in the work. So this offers something about your spiritual ability now here has shed some light on this offer that's coming in. Heightened psychic abilities, sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody messages regarding relationships. Moody messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. So you could be getting an invitation to an event. It could be from a person, could be from a child. Um, Here we've got this page of air with the sun and the moon, and just noticed on the sun here, there's a kid, there's a child on a unicorn back here holding a red flag, and this guy has a red cape. See that? So what I'm getting is that this something about this message or this new insight has empowered you to pursue. It's shined a light on things that were hidden, but there's been a lot of childhood healing, looks like, or that's taking place because it's climbing up this child in the distance here. There's a hill, so it's just starting to go up the hill. It's not at the top of the hill yet, but this this information, all right, has illuminated what was previously unseen, and you followed your intuition to discover all of these things. And that's where your confidence is coming from, because you have more information. So I don't know, maybe this page of air doesn't look too happy. Just kind of looks like, what do you think? Do you think I'm pretty? So the incoming energy is a page of cups, page of water, excuse me, page of water. What's the advice here? What's the advice for this 3 card? Ooh, 2 of air. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy, pretending there is no problem, overanalyzing a situation. So, and at the bottom we've got the dreamer, which I believe represents the Fool card. So far, we've got the collective, the current energy of the Knight of Air, being decisive, focused, driven, and that has been there was some new information that illuminated a lot of things that were previously hidden. Maybe about this small offer. Maybe it was about because it's a page of cups. It could be about your intuition. It says heightened psychic abilities here, so maybe this new information shined a light on how intuitive you are, on your intuitive abilities, and your relationship with yourself. And maybe this page of cups is you. But then here is the advice. It's the 2 of air. It's being unable or unwilling to make a decision. Follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy, pretending there is no problem, overanalyzing a situation. It seemed to say that, like, because, and this woman is on the beach. That's interesting. She's standing on the beach, but she's in the water. In the water, lion, mer girl, standing on the beach, in her gown like a fucking samurai. But she can see through those beads. She's not blindfolded. She can see through the beads. It's unable or unwilling. So follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy. So this this advice applies in the sense of, I think, continuing down this path of being intuitive. It's like, now you know how intuitive you are. Now you know how psychic or spiritually gifted you are. So there's going to be new emotional experiences, and you want to follow your own heart as opposed to doing what others think is the right thing to do. And that's kind of, and then again, that could be supported by this dreamer card, and then below that is the knight of, or the nine of water, and then below that you've got the two of cups, the two of fire, which is like the two of wands, the knight of pentacles, and then the empress. So like you've got, like, you stay on this path of following your intuition and following your heart, and you're gonna get to where you need to go. Like this knight of air is like a logical, it's like you used your logic to discover certain things about your spirituality. All right, but logic and spirituality are different sides of the brain. And so now that you have discovered or uncovered or unearthed this information and realized how intuitive you are, that's what you need to develop and what you need to pursue to come out of this over analyzing or over analysis. Like, intuition is not a logical thing. So your logic is not going to help. Like, to a certain degree it can help. Like, it can help you in terms of like knowing which organs are kind of receivers for intuitive information, knowing how the body works, how does electricity work, how does consciousness work, or what we know of it, and all of these kinds of things. Like, yeah, this information can help you be more intentional, but it's at the end of the day, it's not that's not practicing and developing, or even leaning into your intuitive abilities. All right, so let's see here. Let's go with do the Rider Waite here. All right. So your current energy, it's like you're excited, you're decisive, you're focused on uh, this new intuitive journey. Oh my gosh, the deck blew up. All right. Just to show you what popped out. It's the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Star, King of Pentacles, Tower, the Sun, and the Nine of Pentacles. That's a lot. And I mean, we're just clarifying. We would just be putting another card down on this Knight of Air. But like, what this says to me is like, you moved from a place of mental anguish. Like, I don't know if you were trapped in your head, but you were definitely stressed about something, and you walked away. You decided to cut your losses and walk away, and that move transformed you into the Star, and that move is going to help you secure financial abundance, and that move is altering the balance of power in your reality, which is ultimately bringing in the Sun and this Nine of Pentacles energy, which is, you're standing in your own power. Like, And again, we have the star here with this, with these cups, you know, and here we have the beach. So it's like this intuitive ability that you've discovered in yourself, this spirituality, has literally transformed your self perception. It's transformed the way you see yourself, it's transformed the way you see life. Because that's the sun is like the life. It's like it's you've transformed, like you went from not knowing what you know to like having a much greater catalog, or like uh accounting, or it's like you did something here with this page of swords, like you came across something and you learned something, and it transformed. And here again, we've got the sun here. We've got a sun in with the Rider Waite, and then a sun from the angel wisdom here, and it's like this mental anguish kind of, I don't know, it puts you down, but you didn't die because you walked away. So it was just something that you reflected on it, walked away, came into your power, came into your self-worth, and transformed the balance of power in your reality and how you see life. Boom. All right. See this page of water. Page of water. Let's get one for the page of water. Page of water. Let's get one for the page of water. Boom. Shakalaka laka boom boom. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you've got to like it's improved your self-image. This transformation has moved you into this Queen of Wands is kind of like, she's holding the sunflower that's on this sun. You know what I mean? Look at the sun card earlier. She's holding a sunflower here from this here. So it's like you know that you resemble, it's almost like you see that you are like life itself. Like how it moves through you, how connected you are with life. All right. And then I tried to flip some cards back over, but let's see what we got here. We got the High Priestess. Yeah, we got the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, you're not taking. It's like you're not. There's no going back. You're not accepting anything that you were accepting before, and now you know your worth. Because you discovered your worth, because it was hidden from you. All right, so two of air, earth for swamp. All right, two of air. Got something for the two of air. Two of air. Here we go. Ace of Wands. That's right. The passion. It says follow your heart. It's not following your emotions. Your emotions are going to give you clues to things, but following your passion, following your joy, like what is your fire? And at the bottom we got the Six of Cups. So could be like this, could have something to do with like your ancestral roots, or ancestral healing. Maybe there's some clues in your ancestry as to people who have done what you're trying to do. People in the past have done what you're trying to do now, or somebody in your family has been through this. Um, but yeah, follow your passion. Like what lights you up? What moves you? Um, and it's interesting. Like on this Ace of Wands, there's like a river here, and this two of see this two of air standing on the beach, right? And then here you got the Ace of Wands, and in the background there's this water, and it's like it's a journey. The journey to the sea from the mountains. The journey to the sea is long and winding. But you'll make it there. All right, and you might have to carve through some rocks. You might have to stop for a minute and pull up, and then you reach a certain level of topography, and you find your next little groove. You know what I mean? But that's going to be like following your passion is going to be the way to, you're following your heart, you're following your passion. I think it's kind of the same. Those are interchangeable. So, all right. So let's get one more here. Let's get one of these on this night. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Comfrey, the world on this night. So it's like literally, like I said before, it's like you've transformed your relationship to life. Like you've transformed your relationship to the world. On the bottom here, we've got Pan, and which is the devil, and it kind of looks like he's just like, ah, you bastard, you got away. That's kind of what this vibe I get, and it's like you have totally transformed your relationship to life itself, and the world, and it's like you beat the devil, like you escaped the devil um, somehow. So here, let's see, Comfrey, 21, the world. Comfrey, 21, the world. Comfrey, it's a demulcent, vulnerary, promotes healing, tonic, and alterative. Comfrey is used both internally and externally to unite torn flesh and broken bones. The tea of the leaf is a cooling alterative against fevers and lung infections. The root is taken as a demulcent for ulcers, internal injuries, bleeding, as well as to strengthen and moisten the lungs. So you have like, I mean, this is kind of like some phoenix rising from the ashes shit right here, bro. This is like, you're born again. You know what I mean? Like, you went through a rebirth, dude. And like, you're in the process, about to begin, or have already healed from this pain or this challenge of walking away from these nine swords that put you in the star energy and transform the way you see the world. Like you've healed from that, or you're about to, or you're about to begin to, or like you will. Like, so it's like whatever happened in the past, it it was just like birthing pains. It was like the beginning of labor, and now you've come out, and it's like now you have a new life. All right, so we get another. So let's see something on this page of cups here. And comfrey is very healing, as you just heard. So, comfrey is one of those ones. It's good, and there's I can't remember exactly what. Comfrey is a great herb to grow too in your garden. Um, the roots pull up a lot of nutrients. It pulls nutrients from the soil and makes them available for other plants, and it breaks up soil and very medicinal. It's a beautiful plant. All right. And you know what? Something that I just noticed too is like on this world card, you know, there's some clouds here, is blowing the wind, maybe a little bit of rain here, but there's this sun, and it's like we've got a sun here, the Knight of Air, the Page of Air. You know, it's like maybe with the Star card and the pouring of the cups, there's a little bit of like rain or whatever, but all of that stuff is like right showing on the cards. So I got two for this one here. The Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. Interesting. On the Page of Air, we get the Page of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So it's kind of like a sandwich here. It's like I'm seeing this, you know, so this information that you discovered that transformed your relationship to yourself, transformed your self image, found this hidden value. You're also coming into, I get the, it's like you're coming into this higher level of love with yourself, and it's like you're parenting yourself, is what I'm getting. It's the vibe I'm getting. And it's like, so it's like your self-image is this Queen of Wands, but like internally the love that you have for yourself, it's like you nurture you nurture yourself, and you're showing yourself a lot of self-love here. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, Lady's Mantle. It's an astringent, hemostatic, especially useful for invigorating or strengthening the female reproductive system, counteracts hemorrhage and excessive menstrual bleeding. Damn, I kind of had a feeling we were going to get into that with this Lady's Mantle. But okay. Anyway, yeah, it's like there's definitely something with this like femininity and like just being more nurturing and owning, you know, like this new self-image. You have a new self-image, you have new self-worth, and it's like when all of that stuff, it's like the next logical conclusion is that like you're you know, there's like a certain, here, let's read this Page of Cups here. Damiana, the tonic aphrodisiac for both men and women. Damiana is especially potent in its fresh state. Now I know that like Damiana is also a dream. It's like a dream. You know, you smoke it and you enhance your dreams. You have more vivid dreams. Um, and so it's like you're nurturing your inner child. And again, it comes back to this inner child healing with this first sun card we got when this little person riding the unicorn up the hill. It's like there's inner child healing, but like you're nurturing your inner child, and it looks like it's going well. And you're dreaming. You know, you're coming back into this childlike state of where it's okay to dream, and uh, really there's like a certain kind of like reverence for life, for creative powers. Okay, and then this Page of Pentacles, and it's like, yeah, so by following your heart and not your logic, you know, it's like don't Knight of Cups at the bottom. It's like don't stop learning, but at the same time, what's going to bring you this blue flag Page of Pentacles here at the bottom of the advice deal here. Page, all right, let's see what we got here. Page of Pentacles, blue flag, alterative, diuretic, cholagogue, laxative, promotes salivation. The root is used for all chronic and acute liver disorders and for blood purification. So, what we're getting at here is there's a following your passion, follow your heart. You do that by following your passion. And you're following your passion is going to align you with um, this new lifestyle, this new material fortune and success. Um, and it's also, it says the root, it's a laxative, promotes salivation. The root is used for all chronic and acute liver disorders. So it's like that's the key to following your heart, and following your passion is going to be the key to living a healthy life. This healthy lifestyle. All right. All right. Good job, collective. All right. So we'll get one of these. And yeah, promotes salivation. So it's like you're bringing back your appetite for life, like your thirst for life, like you've renewed yourself. You're okay. Here we go. You've renewed yourself. And this says, faith is the power of creation that all humans have. And it comes out like right on top of these cards. If we invest our faith in a lie, that lie becomes truth for us. If we believe we are not good enough, then thy will be done. We are not good enough. If we believe we will fail, we will fail, because that is the power and magic of our faith. All right? And that's coming out like right over here under this high priestess. It's like, or over this high priestess, it's like that's what you've transformed. Like you have a renewed faith. Not, I mean, it could be in a God, like your higher power, whatever. I call it the universe. It's like you have a renewed faith in the universe that it's real and that you are a creator with this. When it comes back with these two, right? This Queen of Cups with the lady, what is it? The lady's mantle, right? In this other page of cups, creations, dreams, um, what you can dream, you can achieve. Um, and look at the sun, even right there, man. Sun right in the middle, his bird's head right in the sun, like a halo. Like you're on some spiritual shit right now. You know what I mean? Like you're on a whole new level, bro. You're on like a whole new level of your spirituality and how you see the world. And that's awesome. Good for you. Congratulations. It's not an easy place to get your feet wet, but man, congratulations. Like what an amazing, like, good for you. All right. So the next one we have is it says, be impeccable with your word. Become a white magician. Be impeccable with your word. All the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. And I kind of want to say that this has something to do with all of this over here. Like all of this information that brought, this, you're in this Knight of Air energy because of some new information that you came across that has exposed your intuition and exposed things. And so maybe in this part of the chain here, it didn't just expose like your spiritual abilities and like transform how you see yourself, but it's like I kind of want to put it over here in this world area with the star and the King of Pentacles and the Tower and the Sun and the Nine of Pentacles, because that's maybe what you overcame here. Like, especially because it says become a white magician, and there's a bird on the head. You see that? And you're speaking the star. There's a star on the tongue here. right? And we have a star over here, right? So it's like this definitely goes here. Become a white magician. And the Knight of Air. Look at this. Dude, I love this shit. I fucking love it. See this? Bird on the head. Bird on the head. Red. Lots of red and blue. Boom. I mean, come on now. Come on now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no accident. So be impeccable with your word and become a white magician. And I almost feel like that's kind of what you moved away from. Like so not so like naturally, like if you learn something that transform how you see yourself, then naturally it's going to change how you see the world, because how you see the world and how you see yourself are correlated, they're connected. So when you found this information out, not only did it change you, but it changed, like, you became aware of something. You became of the world. I almost said the word. You became aware of the yeah, I mean, of witchcraft, it looks like. You became of magic, like spells, and there's kind of like a trippy element to this artwork, you know what I mean? And it's like there's stars and shit up in here and moons, and so it's like you became aware of this dark side of reality that people aren't a lot of people aren't willing to accept that stuff, man. A lot of people aren't willing to accept the dark side of like what's really happening in the world. But that's such an empowering thing to overcome. Like when you overcome that, when you walk away from that, you know, you walk away from that, you transform into the star, you see your self-worth, and you transform, you shed light on like who you really are, you know? And it's also saying that, like, I think it's good advice here for this. It's good advice to, we can apply it to this advice column too. Like, realize, doing it better, you know, like you're doing it better. Um, because now you can see how all of this stuff affected you, and it's like you want to use it for good, like you want to use your abilities for good. All right. um, so let's get one of these. Shaman's Dream. Get one of these. Oh, how many was that? How many was that? All right. Okay, so we've got mini masks, Garden of Venus, mini masks, the authentic self, Garden of Venus, rest and renewal, lost compass, getting back into integrity. So this mini masks, I feel like it's you. It's like you pulled off your own mask to who you truly are, and in doing so, you inadvertently pulled the mask off of everybody else. Like now you can't be fooled. Now you can't be fooled. Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Like, and there's like I see it's like a hummingbird butterfly type thing going on in here, and like you showed yourself some self love here with this page of, you know to rediscover this intuitive aspect of yourself with this page of air and the sun and the moon. Like you had to nurse yourself back, like, to, again, with this comfrey, like you had to love yourself and heal yourself. Like there's an element of healing going on here that is kind of inseparable from this whole process. And then lost compass, getting back into integrity. It's like this. this process was a journey. Like, I want to say, like, this lost compass, like, that's where you started. Interestingly, that's where you started and that's where you're ending, because getting back into integrity, it's like you were out of integrity with yourself and it was driving you crazy. You came back into integrity with yourself, and now you're getting back into integrity. You're getting back to integrity with yourself. All right. And then when you get into integrity with yourself, it's a lot easier to hold other people accountable. You know, it's like, oh, I know that I'm not a thief and I don't steal. So why am I allowing other people to steal? Or, you know, like, why am I okay with people stealing from me, or people stealing from other people? Or, um, it's just like, once you go through this, once you find what it is you were missing and your life starts improving, you you kind of have a lower, you have less tolerance for these kinds of things out in the world. So it's like say you're in a bad relationship, you know what I mean, and it's abusive relationship and toxic relationship, and you go to somebody's house and you see them, and their relationship is toxic and it's unhealthy, and it's like you don't really have a say, really. I mean, in somebody else's relationship, but it's like you yourself are in a toxic relationship. So on what ground do you have to offer that kind of advice? Or it's like, yeah, it could be obvious and it could be right, but it's like you don't really have any credibility there, and it's like this journey has kind of put you in a new class. It's like you're on a new level now, and by following your heart and your passion and your joy, it's going to lead you to this new lifestyle that's going to put you back into integrity with yourself, um, and so you can get on your path of being a white magician. Doubt. I released the need to know all the answers. And then on the bottom, we have here honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So, again, like with this honesty card, it's like getting into integrity. Like, you're not living a lie, you're being truthful with yourself. Like, now you have a more accurate account of who you are, what your abilities are, like the whole you. And so, like, now that you know the whole you, um, you have like a more refined way of judging other people. It's like you have you're more aware of like your ability to be honest with yourself or dishonest. Like, how do you hide that from yourself for so long? Like, how can you possibly hide your own self from yourself for so long? And when you come into that awareness of yourself and how you're able to do that, like how the psychology works and all of these kinds of things, now it's going to be almost, it's practically impossible to deal with other people and not be aware of that. Not be aware of the ways that people will, I mean, on one hand it's lie to themselves, but it's just the way the mind works. It's the subconscious. There's such a huge wall, because the psyche is so fragile. There's such a huge wall that prevents people from being willing to accept the things that they don't want to hear. But ultimately, those things that they don't want to hear are what's going to improve their life. So it's like a trap, And like with this honesty, it's like you can't, like, there's no going back. You can't lie to yourself anymore. And not only can you not lie to yourself anymore, you can tell when other people are lying to you. And then we have doubt. I really like the mandala on this one. right? Doubt. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. And it's like, for sure, bro. Like when you, because when you start, that's, that comes back to this, what we were talking about here with this intuition, you know? And we're going to pull a card for intuition, an exercise or a practice or something that you can incorporate to like develop your intuition. There's many things that you can do, but there's definitely some quick little practices or ideas in these cards here. But when you follow, like, you're not gonna get, you don't get the syllabus. You know what I'm saying? Like in the course of life, like when you show up to life, like there's no syllabus. It's not saying like, oh, when you're 20 to 23, this is gonna happen, and so you better get ready for that and better study for that, and then 23 to 29, this is gonna happen, and so you better get ready for that. No, there's none of that shit, and that's why, that's maybe why we get into our heads and need to take a break and get exhausted or whatever, need to take a break, and then ultimately end up walking away from that which doesn't serve us anymore, because you can't possibly know everything, because there's an element of free will and creation, and like things are playing out, and there's a lot of potentials, you know, there's a lot of potentials, um, but you just don't know how, you know, it's not possible to know everything. And so this illusion that we live under, this logical fucking anchor that weighs people down mentally and psychologically, of needing to know all of these things, needing to know where the stuff's going to come from, and needing to know how things are going to play out. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too sometimes, but I will say that like the more the more we go down this path of the intuitive path, the spiritual path, right? Like you may not, like, I release the need to know all the answers. You might not know the answers, okay? But there's a certain peace with knowing that your problems are going to be resolved, like you're taken care of, like your needs are going to be met, like when you go down this path, it's like you don't know how everything is going to work out, but you have a much greater, deeper faith that it is, you know, versus over here when you don't have all the answers, you don't know how anything is going to work out, you're stressed as fuck, you know, you're killing yourself, probably super unhealthy. Put in your faith into love, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, your faith, the power of creation that all humans have. Faith and doubt, faith and doubt can't exist at the same time. You either have faith or, yeah, I mean, you could have faith and doubt. And so, sure, that's pretty trippy, bro. And again, here, even in doubt, it's like there's another sun right in the middle, bro. Like, we got fucking 8 suns out here. Well, what I'm saying is, like, faith is the power of creation. So you have faith and doubt? Or do you have faith in love? Do you have faith in your intuitive abilities? Do you have faith in this newfound self-image, self-worth, this new respect for, reverence for life that you are, this new uh, power? That's real power right there. All right? So doubt, I release the need to know all the answers. Because things, there's so many moving parts. You know what I mean? There's so many moving parts. To say that it's like, oh, we're gonna go from here to here to here to here to here to here, like that just doesn't make sense anymore. In an intuitive, like when you know that the world is energy, you know, taking these steps, this A to B to C to D to E to B. It's like it's not even fun, but more than that, it's like old school. You know what I mean? It's like it's old school, dude. It's like it's almost archaic in a time where you can people are taking ideas to market. You know, like I just saw a commercial the other day, man. Like these people are scaling their companies using artificial intelligence, and they're going from like $0 to like $1 million months in the span of half a year or three, not even a full year. That's insane. They're having multiple $1 million months and haven't even been open for a year. All right. So we're getting to this point now where I think, you know, A to B to C to D to E, it's like, yeah, there's logical steps that need to be taken, but like when you release this doubt and you step into this passion and this joy, like this compass is going to guide you to exactly what you want. You know what I mean? It's like you could go from A to E. You could go from A directly to E if you're ready for that. But if you believe that that's possible, and you believe like because when you tell yourself the story like, oh, I have to do this, that, and the other, it's like blah blah blah. It's like exactly you're telling yourself a story. It's like you're loading your experience. Why don't you just say it's like, oh, I want this to happen. Like I want to be here. Okay, what do I need to do to be there? But you're not limiting yourself with this step by step linear pathway. It's like you gotta like leave room for miracles. you know Control what you can control, but like leave room for miracles. So release the need to know all the answers. Like that's control. That's an aspect of control, needing to know all the answers, needing to know how everything is going to happen versus just trusting that it will, and keeping yourself in a high vibrational state of receptivity. Again, when we have this dreamer, it's like that's exactly it. Coming back to this Damiana and this Page of Cups down here, it's like getting back into the dreams. Like dreaming is an act. Like I hear people say, oh, I don't dig the law of attraction because it's like you don't do anything, and it's like, well, I hear what they're saying, but at a certain point of dreaming about something or thinking about something, like something's going to happen in you. You're either going to want to pursue that dream, you're going to stop talking about it, or you're going to move on. Like you're going to want to take some kind of inspired action, or an opportunity is going to present itself that you have to go along with. And I think that the problem that a lot of people have with this law of attraction is that they think what they hear is, oh, you can just do nothing and get what you want. But like we were talking about before, it's like if you going from A to B to C to D to E to F to G to H, it's like going down this laundry list of shit to do, this checklist of stuff, versus just going from A to E by trusting your intuition. This going down this laundry list of shit, that's control. That's control. It's like I don't trust that I'm going to get it, so I have to lay out these steps in order to make sure that it's going to happen. Whereas, over here it's like, ooh, that looks nice, I'm going for that. I'm going to go for that, and I'm not going to worry about if I don't get it or whatever, because it's all for learning. It's all for learning and moving forward. So it's like you can't really lose. You know what I mean? Like you only lose if you quit. But if you have a perspective of continuous learning and fine tuning and revising and you know getting feedback and making changes and adjustments, you can't lose. Let's see, one more card. Yeah, 3 of Wands. Your ships will come in. You know what I mean? Your ships will come in. Coming in, collective. All right, so I hope that helps somebody. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next one. All right, peace. Love you.